Caribbean Connections TV.
And Caribbean Connection viewers, if you're craving more dancehall, reggae, Egyptian, popcorn, Mavado, or Baby Sham, tune into CaribbeanConnectionsTV.com or YouTube, Caribbean Connect TV. There's lots more spicy footage there, I promise you. Hey, it's your girl Paradise, and you can now watch us on Rogers Digital Cable, channel 129. Buckle your seatbelts, we're about to take off.
Caribbean Connections TV will take you back to the islands. Each week, Caribbean Connections explores new community events, from carnivals to concerts, artists, jazz festivals, culinary happenings in Canada and around the world.
After having a long talk with Mr. Barnwell, I wanted to sit down with the Bishop family and find out how this incident has affected their lives.
Saya.
Hi, I'm Sophia.
Hi, I'm Janai.
And I'm Rita.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out to be on Caribbean Connections television. Now, we have to talk about your story. You've been going through a lot for the past 2 years, year and a half?
Yes.
Since 2011,
Yes.
It's all started.
Yes.
Wow. You're so beautiful and you look like you're handling it so well and you have lovely boys, but what is it like? What have you been going through?
Since the incident with my husband at the YMCA, it has been a rough 18 months. First and foremost, the main concern was the health and well-being of James, my husband, their father. Making sure that he was okay. We still have a long road to go, making sure the children and myself were okay. This has led to just, significant breakdown in terms of our health, huge breakdown in terms of our family, just a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on all of us. I think James and I, because he's so much in it, I'm there to support him, and sometimes we forget that the children are also affected by this, but thank God we've been able to stick together as a family. There have been many situations and challenges that have come up as a result of what happened. I won't go into great detail. I will say that we are no longer homeowners.
You're a very lovely young man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm okay. Your family has been going through a lot, and I noticed that your mom's very lucky to have such strong boys with her. Tell me, what was that day like when you seen your father being arrested and beaten by the police?
It was a setback in my mind, and I thought to myself, I didn't wake up today. Today I woke up thinking I'm going to go to school and have a good day. What was going through my mind at the time was that I would like to do something about it, but I couldn't, because it's either I'd get the same treatment or something worse, because I am his son. So I think they'd react the same way they would react to him. So I was helpless in the state. My dad got beaten, and it's all over, and people are making a spectacle of it, and that's not something that I like.
Because that's your dad.
Yeah.
And your dad's important, and you love him.
Yeah, but people don't see that. They just think, oh, it's that guy with dreadlocks who got beat, but he should be okay because he has big muscles. No, it's not cool. Still, someone's family,
Yeah.
dad, grandpa, uncle.
Yeah.
It extends.
When my mom told me what happened, I really could not believe it, and it was so shocking, and it didn't have an effect on my dad. It had an effect on all of us, because it's very shocking.
Finally, after a couple of days, Mr. James Bishop was well enough to tell us his side of the story and what really happened that day and how it affected him. Now, we just want you to tell Caribbean Connection viewers your side of the story, what happened that day. Was it, I think, in January 2011? Was it in January?
Yes.
Okay. And so we'll just listen to your side of the story.
Well, there's just a miscommunication with the trespass and violation and the police. I know they came to serve the trespass and violation, and I knew certain rights what I had, and I was standing up for them. And I don't think the police really liked me standing up for my rights, so it just went from one bad scenario and it just got worse. But what I'm basically trying to tell people, the message is, there's a lot of people that have mental problems out there, and I have a nephew that has mental issues, and they didn't know if they were dealing with a person like myself, but I had mental issues, and I just want them to best address all these issues, because we don't have a good relationship between our community, which is African Canadian community, and the police. And for things to better work out, I would like them to address these issues that we have. Because it's not so much about what I went through. There's a lot of people that went through a lot of things what I went through. I just thank God that there was a camera there in the gym that day to record it, and the world got to really see what's going on.
Wasn't that amazing? Did you ever think that you probably thought this would be swept underneath the rug?
That's
And
what
it's
I
your
thought.
word against everybody else's, and nobody's going to listen to you because you're just James Bishop, you know. But a lot of people go through similar stuff. You know, my father is a police officer and a sergeant. And there are really some good police officers.
Oh yes, there is.
But then again, there's others that think that they're above the law, which they're not. And unfortunately, they're just bullies, or they do things that they're not supposed to do to others. They bully, they hurt others unnecessarily. Like you said, you know your rights.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that, okay, this is just something that, you know, is just, I have rights. I can speak my point, make my point, and they'll listen, and you know. But it went all wrong. What point did you notice everything was going wrong, without saying exactly what you were?
Well, they have me off as a belligerent person, and I'll be the first to admit I'm very boisterous with my mouth. I won't try to play it down. When I feel, and my wife knows, when I feel I'm right, I will stand up.
But that's
and
not a
argue.
crime.
But for some people, they tell me sometimes it's better just keep your mouth and just go, you know what I mean? But I really don't believe that. I really believe if you think you're right and you're not breaking the law, you should stand up.
Of course.
And that's what I did. And
Because you didn't attack the police. You didn't strike them or anything.
No, like I tell to my children, I preach this every day. Peace is the only way you can get through things. Violence ain't gonna bring forth nothing but violence. So
You taught your kids no violence, and you can stand up for your rights.
yes.
But what happened is, what do you tell them now? Because you didn't strike the police officer, but you were attacked. And one of your sons seen that. What do you tell him? Because you weren't a violent person. You're not a violent person. You always preach to him no violence, but then all of a sudden it was put on you.
Well, you know, sometimes the things we go through life just makes us stronger, because I say this to my wife, Nelson Mandela wasn't a violent person, and yet he got persecuted for 27 years, but he still stood up for his right. If you believe in something and the world is going to see it, as long as you do it peacefully, people will see the light on it.